Chapter number 7 Key Takeaways. SA 700 deals with the auditor's responsibility to form an opinion on the financial statements. It also deals with the form and content of the auditor's report issued as a result of an audit of financial statements. The objectives of the auditor, in accordance with SA 700, are to form an opinion on the financial statements based on an evaluation of the conclusions drawn from the audit evidence obtained and to express clearly that opinion through an written report. SA 700. As per SA 700, the auditor's report shall be in writing and shall include the basic elements which ordinarily includes the in case of a auditor's report for audits conducted in accordance with the standards on auditing. SS 701 deals with the auditor's responsibility to communicate key audit matters in the auditor's report. It is intended to address both the auditor's judgment as to what to communicate in the auditor's report and the form and content of such communication. The purpose of communicating key audit matter is to enhance the communicative value of the auditor's report by providing greater transparency about the audit that was performed. Communicating key audit matters provides additional information to intended users of the financial statements to assist them in understanding those matters that, in the auditor's professional judgment, were of most significance in the audit of financial statements of the current period. It is mandatory to communicate key audit matters in audits of the complete sets of general purpose financial statements of listed entities in accordance with SS 701. SS 705 deals with the auditor's responsibility to issue an appropriate report in circumstances when, in forming an opinion in accordance with SS 700, the auditor concludes that a modification to the auditor's opinion on the financial statements is necessary. The auditor shall express an qualified opinion when the auditor, having obtained sufficient appropriate audit evidence, concludes that misstatements individually or in aggregate are material but not pervasive to the financial statements, or the auditor is unable to obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence on which to base the opinion. But the auditor concludes that the possible effects on the financial statements of undetected misstatements, if any, could be material but not pervasive. The auditor shall express an adverse opinion when the auditor, having obtained sufficient appropriate audit evidence, concludes that misstatements individually or in aggregate are both material and pervasive to the financial statements. The auditor shall disclaim an opinion when the auditor is unable to obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence on which to base the opinion, and the auditor concludes that the possible effects of the financial statements of undetected misstatements, if any, could be both material and pervasive. SS 706 deals with additional communication in the auditor's report when the auditor considers it's necessary to draw users' attention to a matter or matters presented or disclosed in the financial statements that are of such importance that they are fundamental to the user's understanding of the financial statements, or draw users' attention to any matter or matters other than those presented or disclosed in the financial statements that are relevant to the user's understanding of the auditor. The auditor's responsibilities or the auditor's report. Emphasis of matter paragraphs is a paragraph included in the auditor's report that refers to a matter appropriately presented or disclosed in the financial statements that, in the auditor's judgment, is of such importance that it is fundamental to the user's understanding of the financial statements. Other matter paragraph. Other matter paragraph is a paragraph included in the auditor's report that refers to a matter other than those presented or disclosed in the financial statements that, in the auditor's judgment, is relevant to the user's understanding of the auditor, the auditor's responsibility, or the auditor's report. SS 710 deals with the auditor's responsibilities regarding comparative information in an audit of financial statements. Comparative information refers to the amounts and disclosures included in the financial statements in respect of one or more prior periods in accordance with the applicable financial reporting framework. SS 720 deals with the auditor's responsibilities relating to other information, whether financial or non financial information, other than financial statements and the auditor's report thereon, included in an entity's annual report. SS 720 requires the auditor to read and consider the other information because other information that is materially inconsistent with the financial statements or the auditor's knowledge obtained in an audit may indicate that there is a material misstatement of the financial statements or that a material misstatement of the other information exists, either of which may undermine the credibility of the financial statements and the auditor's report thereon. Such material misstatements may also inappropriately influence the economic decisions of the users from whom the auditor's report is prepared.